Hi, this is Seth David from the world-famous Nerd Enterprises Incorporated, nerdenterprises.com. I want to talk to you for a couple of minutes about how our training services work. Every single training we ever do is going to be recorded, and you're going to get a video that you can replay, which will include everything we did on screen as well as everything we said. You'll have the video and the audio. Now, what can we train you in? We can train you in a lot of different applications that will help make your business run more smoothly. Most people who come to us know that we're well known for QuickBooks training. We can train you in Xero and Sage and a lot of the accounting applications, but there are many other project management applications that we can train you in which will help you run your business more smoothly, more efficiently. Maybe you need a higher level session with us to start out with so that you can explain your business to us and we can recommend the right applications and then we can train you in them. Now, one way or the other, if you click here into training in our website and start browsing around, what you're going to find at this point, and this is brand new, is that you're going to ultimately be directed to come over here to schoolofanswers.com, which is where you go to sign up for any kind of one-on-one or one-on-many if you want to include staff, but any kind of training with us, you're going to come here to do. Now, I do get booked up, so if what you're looking for is QuickBooks training and you need it sooner than what my schedule provides for, then please schedule with Harold. Harold is often available sooner than I am. He's amazing with QuickBooks, and he's also a little less expensive. If, for that matter, you'd like the session with me, then schedule a session with me. Now, here's the thing. In the past, you weren't able to see my availability until after you scheduled. I've heard your complaints, and I've changed it accordingly. So you can pick any level session with me from 1 hour up to 20. You can also hire me to speak, but that's really kind of another story. So you pick your training package from 1 hour all the way up to 20 hours, and based on that, you can check my availability before you add it to the cart and pay. And the way you do that is scroll down to the calendar right here. Click on here. It'll take you over to my calendar system. It'll open up in a separate tab so that you can come back here once you've confirmed my availability, and then you can add this to the cart, and then you can go actually schedule the session. You can actually schedule the session first. Just make sure you come back here and pay, because we'll follow up with you if we don't see a payment, and obviously if we don't get the payment, we'll have to cancel the session. So make sure that you do complete the payment, especially once you've scheduled. Bottom line is this: you can see my availability before you schedule, so there's no risk there. You don't have to worry about spending the money and then having to get a refund or any of that kind of nonsense. Here's the other thing. Once you start with any package starting with 3.5 hours and up, you get a special project manager that you can use to work with me in. And this is exactly what it's going to look like. So that if you have a question, you can come here in discussions and click on a new discussion and write up the title of the discussion and write up your question right here. Check off my name, click add discussion. I'll get notified via email right away that you have a question, and you get priority, of course, because you're in this system with me. If there's a list of tasks, let's say, that result from one of our sessions, which often is the case. After a session, there'll often be situations where you have things to complete, and then once you're finished with your part, I have to do mine. So we'll log and assign those tasks here. Very easy to do. You click new task, you assign it to the person, and I'll set up categories as we go to help group things in a way that makes sense and makes it easy to follow along with everything. You'll also never have to wonder where we're at in terms of the sessions that you've purchased and how many are left, because that's going to be right here in the files area, right under session logs. You just click to download and open the Excel file, and I will update this immediately after every session that we do, so that you'll always be in the know in terms of how much we have left for training sessions. That, my friends, is pretty much what I can tell you about how our training services work. On the day and time of any session, real quick, because that's the only thing I haven't mentioned yet, you'll get a link just a couple minutes before. Sometimes I try and get it out about 15 minutes before the session so that you can log in with me, share your screen, and I can take over if necessary, and we can get down to business and get into the training. And once again, that whole session will be recorded, both video and audio, and that recording will be provided to you here in the notebook session if you're on one of these plans. You'll see a notebook called Session Log. Inside of that, you'll see a page with every session, and on each page will be the link so you can watch the recording of that session. If you have a 1 hour session with me or a 1.5 hour session and you're not in one of these programs, then you'll get something similar, but basically all you get is the notebooks. You don't have all the other stuff, because the theory is there isn't the ongoing need. There's just the one-off, one-in, get out session where I'm providing you with the help. By all means, if after an hour session you decide to do a larger package, I will absolutely incorporate the prior sessions into the project manager. And once you've signed up for one of these packages with me such that you have a project manager, it will never go away. It will always be there as long as I'm still living and on this planet. That, my friends, is our training services in a nutshell. As always, if you have any questions, please reach out to us. You can give us a call. That's really the best way, 866-945-8070, or you can fill out our contact form right here on our page. And that, of course, goes to my email, and then I or my assistant will get back to you promptly to help you get answers to your questions about how our services work. As always, I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day, and I look forward to seeing you on the web.